How we miss you, Andrea, your heart and your brains, your awareness of others, their cares and their pains. How we miss your intelligence, sharpness and humour, your wisdom with canny resistance to rumour, your shrewdness, your faith and your kind conversation that always discouraged contempt and vexation, your moral completeness in matters that count, and your selfless advice in a generous amount. Above all, it's your sweetness, your kindness and hope that defined your assured psychological scope. These are meaningful things that we cherish and miss in our grief as our sorrowful minds reminisce. You were born in Kertisa, a village so far from the urbanised grid that defines where we are, in a family blessed with harmonious grace that was built on a loving and ethical base, with a mum, Polixeni, and dad, Father Peter, whose children could hardly be gentler or sweeter. Your siblings retained the parental affection and also aspired to the Spirit's perfection that went with their father's vocation, a priest, in the orthodox faith of the homeland and East. But with turmoil and poverty pummeling Greece, in your 20s you followed a chance and caprice and migrated to distant Australia, this shore that you'd come to assume as your own and adore. From a hardy beginning, you laboured with strength and committed such hours of an arduous length. You created a splendid cafe in a town that was quiet and modest and somewhat run down, and you gave it a centre, genteel conversation, with coffee, not beer, for the mind's restoration. Authentic cuisine of Hellenic tradition that winkled the folk from their former suspicion and broadened their culture with things from abroad that in decades elsewhere they would learn to applaud. To provide and to nurture a sense of community, that was your mission, your life's opportunity. Maybe in Greece you'd have managed the same, but the need in this land had an exigent claim. In the mighty metropolis, Melbourne, a city expanding in fashions as dismal as pretty, with vigour but almost a scary intensity, growing each year to exceed its immensity. Here you established your project and base to attend to communities, give them a place, an economy, structure, an organisation, from intimate groups to the scale of the nation. You rose to a councillor, then to the mayor, with your watchful regard and assiduous care, both admired as a manager, judge and a sleuth, in your constant commitment to justice and truth. For the voters electing this competent mayor, still assuming that no politician is fair, Papa Petro, the mayor, was a change in direction, restoring the faith in their social protection, where principle trumped the intrusion of pressure, and politics learnt to be cleaner and fresher. These noble achievements could only be done because doing them gave you some pleasure and fun, and in turn it was due to the constant support that your wife Eftihia so constantly brought. There was never a day when the household broke down. It's the home that supported the sceptre and gown, that afforded you time for the government globe and for wearing the grand ministerial robe. It's the culture at home that prepared you the way for the many travails that exhausted each day, the consistent support that continued from thence in a lifetime of service and duty and sense, in maintaining our business while striving again to contribute to leading the social domain, to extend to community all that you could for the public and civil and spiritual good, from the Ilian Society's mission and search to the building of St. Athanasius Church. For their services wrought at your personal loss, you were given St. Andrew's illustrious cross. It's an honour so high, such a grand decoration, befitting a lifetime of peak dedication. With all of this vigour, your time for reflection was sacred, a part of your gentle complexion. You also wrote poetry, beautiful verses that handled with humour life's virtues and curses, satirical, loving, reflecting yourself, with a substance deserving a place on the shelf. So like all of us, sadly, the life that you led was unfinished and languishes now that you're dead. You were able to lavish unlimited love on your family's soul as if blessed from above. But of course it's truncated as sickness portends and the course of a life or community ends. You were selfless, Andrea, and that was your strength, which will last for the ages of history's length.